dude, you killed it. I mean, we talk off record. I know you killed it, but no mystery. Like you have the recipe. You know, we talk about this stuff all the time. You plugged in and you put the recipe together, and you just went from gutters to lighting. I mean, and I know you picked up a few other tricks along the way. How'd you do? Can you mind talking? I know you're talking about it on the internet, so.
Yeah, no, I did pretty good. I got into it a little last minute. Like I wasn't 100% decided whether I was going to do it or not. And then I went to one of those Clippa events and did a little bit of training.
Caught the bug.
And then it was like last minute. It was like, if I'm going to do it, I need to just pull the trigger and do it. So I kind of like threw everything together in a week, which is kind of incredible. I did got a website going. I got
sweet.
Social media company hired. And
did you track analytics? Did the new website get traffic or what?
Yeah. No, the website brought in, I think, like 265 leads for the season.
Wow. Nice. Good job.
Collectively, we did like, I think 650 quotes.
Okay. Wow. That's a ton, dude. That's awesome. So you made a nice impact. What was your best, can I ask, what was your best marketing piece of all what was the most lucrative lead gen wise?
You know, believe it or not, I was kind of surprised by it. I mean, I've done it before, plenty, but I was still surprised by it. The street signs, I put out like 900 of them.
Yeah.
And
we did a pod a couple weeks ago, remember? We were talking about the signs. How'd they go?
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, I would say that at least 1/3 of my quotes came from that.
Wow.
A lot came from Facebook. Facebook didn't have as high of a closing rate. It seemed like I closed the most on.
When you say Facebook, were you running business ads on Facebook, or were you just doing your own posts on your own personal pages?
I hired a company and they were doing paid ads for me.
Okay.
They also, the reason why I hired that company is because they did, it was a little extra, but they did quotes for me too. So any of the quotes that came through on Facebook, I had them go ahead and estimate it for me. So that took some of them off my plate.
Do we want to plug that company or not?
Yeah, that was One Love. Generally, I would use Pipeline. But the only reason I used them is because they were doing quotes for me, and I just couldn't get to all of them. Even with them doing all the Facebook quotes, it was hard for me to get to everything.
Right. So I don't know those guys. I know Pipeline well, and John over at Pipeline, he's a partner.
Yes.
And Johnny kills it. I know you have a long-standing relationship with Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, generally that's who I would use, but for the lights, it was just, I personally couldn't get to all the quotes. 650 of them is a lot.
And you closed how many of those 650?
We did 106 jobs.
Wow, that's great.
So the lights industry is a little bit different. Like when I was quoting gutters, I had like a 65% closing rate, you know, in between 50-65%. When I got into it and I did the courses, they all told us like it's 20% closing. So I was like, damn, that's really low.
Well, you got to dial it in, right? Because a lot of it's going to become repeat. So every year, those are guaranteed. So your closing rate goes way up.
That's what I liked about the model. So I mean, you only have a 20% closing rate on a new quote, but you got about a 90% retention rate on customers. So as long as you do like a good job, 9 out of 10 of them are coming back.
Yeah, so for you guys at home, you know, your first year is going to be an anomaly. Don't look at those numbers because that's the first year to acquire somebody on repeat. And then the next season, that group carries over. And theoretically, you should start tracking and trending where your success rate is just much higher year after year. So Timmy took the plunge. Did you lose money on the season, or did you break even, or did you actually make money and kill it, or like? I mean, you had hard investments to get into business. With all that included, I mean, are you plus, or are you know, what's the story on that?
I'm about right at break even, but I went pretty aggressive getting in. I probably overspent. Like I bought 2 trailers. I set up two setups. I only ended up using 1 setup this year. Next year now I don't have to buy it. It's there and ready.
Ready to go.
It's ready to go, and I definitely need it next year. So it's one thing I don't have to worry about. But I'd say I broke even. I haven't looked at all the numbers yet. I did do just under $250,000 for the season, which I'm super happy about because next year that's going to be about $250,000 that comes in again. And I could add another $250,000 to it. So next year I'm expecting to do like $500,000. Yeah, I'm going to do the same exact thing I did for marketing this year. Just kind of rinse and repeat. I'll bring in another 650, 700 quotes. I'll close more because this year it was like just getting stuff started and getting everything figured out, and I probably dropped the ball on doing like 80 estimates. So I know I could have sold more this year, but I just couldn't get to everything. Next year I'll be a little bit more organized.
Who was doing the estimating?
I was doing the physical estimates, and then I had One Love Social doing all the Facebook estimates.
Wow.
So, and I was still, even with having them doing it, I was trying to squeeze in like 8 a day. But I know I dropped the ball on a lot of them. So, I mean, I probably could have sold another 80,000. But I'm happy with where I'm at. Like most of the lights companies are first year, they're only doing 20, 25, 30,000. So even hitting over 200,000 was huge.
Oh, you smashed it. Well, you know what it is? Let's face it, right? I talk about this all the time. Nobody wants to face the truth of it, but it's the truth. It has nothing to do with your ability to install lighting. It has 100% to do with your savvy to how to market your business. Would you agree? I mean, you know the steps and the tricks and the maneuvers on the marketing, and you're exercising on that, and the execution is bringing in the leads. Has nothing to do with the installation of lighting.
I did the same exact thing I would have done with gutters. The same exact thing. I wouldn't have changed anything as far as the marketing goes.
Well, that's a secret sauce. I mean, for, anybody that's connecting with gutter growth and trying to pick Timmy's brain, I mean, there you go. I'm sure it's the same recipe he's talking about in gutter growth. I don't know, 5, 6 other guys, or I see them on Facebook, guys I don't really know well, but Chris Dombrowski is into lighting. He just,
yep.
A lot of guys are doing the permanents. So there's definitely a huge buzz. It totally makes sense for a rain gutter contractor because you already have all the ladders and you're comfortable on ladders and you're running the roof line. And maybe it's your gutter system you're hanging them from too. Like, why would, it's just a no-brainer.
Yeah, and I noticed too, like, doing the lights, you find a lot of gutter problems.
For sure, yeah.
So someone that's in the gutter business, they start selling lights jobs, they're definitely going to run into more gutter jobs.
Yeah, I agree. So what'd you think? What are your takeaways? Was it harder than you thought? Did you, do you love it more than you thought you would? Do you not love it? Like, I could bitch and moan about any of the trades I'm in, so I'm like, I don't know. So how'd it go? Were you like jazzed into that, or you?
No, actually, I had a lot of fun actually because it got me. I was able to be creative and come up with different designs and ideas and stuff for the clients, and it was rewarding too, especially
the whole creative side. That's interesting.
When I got a chance to actually take a look at the jobs at night. I haven't looked at every job, obviously, but there were situations where I was able to get there at night, and it's really rewarding seeing the work that you do afterwards. And it's like it's an emotional buy for these customers. So it's just like
joy. You're selling joy and happiness.
Joy, yeah. So it's a different
seasonal happiness. Like
it's a different sale than gutters, but it was fun. I had fun.
Nice. And how many guys did you have out there installing with you? Do you
4?
You and 4? Like you were in there doing it too?
Yeah, I mean, I did a little bit. I definitely went to every job. This year I took the hands-on approach because I'm learning and I want to be able to have the hands-on experience.
I'm all about that stuff.
Yeah, that's how I did gutters.
It's the only way to learn, huh? Same with me.
So, I would have the guys set up and I would try to get estimates done. So I wasn't there doing the work the whole time, but I was kind of controlling everything.
How was your
Next
son?
year, I'm going to break it down to 2 crews. And I'm not going to do the hands-on stuff next year. I'm just going to stick with sales and managing the crews.
Sure. You brought your son in on this, right?
I did.
Yeah.
He turned 18 earlier this year, so
How did he do?
he did amazing.
How'd that experience go with him?
Yeah, he did amazing.
Nice.
He was my timer guy because the kids are pretty tech savvy.
Yeah, right.
So I had him doing the timers and running all the
smart.
wires. And
Nice.
what I like about it is you could train a crew like in a week. So it's like with gutters, it takes you like a year to train people.
Yeah.
This you could get people trained rather quickly. It's really easy to get people hired and to, get a quality job done because it's not rocket science. I got a kit that I just got sent to me, or I should have it next week. I'm getting into permanent lights, and I'm also getting into landscape lighting.
Smart.
I got a course that I'm taking February 1st and 2nd for the landscape lighting.
George, we should dig up the notes that we had from the other show when we were talking to that lighting guy. You got, like there's some major national suppliers that make every bell and whistle for lighting, and align there, right? And make some contacts there and buy in bulk. I don't know.
I got some stuff going on next year with the lights. I don't want to talk about it yet, but
Okay. Well, so but there's a whole strategy.
Yeah.
Good. I love it. Awesome.
Yep.
Cool, man.
I definitely won't be paying for lights next year what I paid for them this year.
Are they expensive? Are they all over the place? I would imagine it's a little bit-
They're not that expensive. They're really not. I mean, it costs less than like $1.50 a foot to put them up. I'm charging $8 to $10 a foot.
That's on the line or the pattern, like get rid of.
Yeah, that's like roof line. So roof line, I was charging $8 to $10 a foot. A lot of guys are $6 a foot. So if I would have came in and did it at $6, I would have had 150, 200 jobs sold.
Right.
But I don't just want a bunch of volume. I want proper prices, and because these are going to be. I'm married to these guys because they're going to 90% of them are coming back the following year.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be an incentive for you to hang them the right way and take care of the strands, right? It's like.
Yeah, like I had a lady say to me today, she's like, now I understand your pricing, because she had 2 different problems. One of them, a plug got unplugged, but she's like 80 years old. And then the second time it was a GFI. No big deal. Like, I'm in and out real quick. I take care of it for her. But
I understand your pricing now.
yeah, now she understands.
Get out of here. Get off my phone. What are you talking about? Pricing.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a great success, man. Congratulations. I knew you were going to do it. And I don't know, is there you have a photo montage? I need to see some videos and stuff. You did a lot of pretty stills. How do we get some video footage going for you?
Yeah, I got some video. I got to get a hold of it. Some of my guys took a lot of video. I'm probably going to get out there and get some more shots of
That's what you should. Yeah, I would go hog wild, right?
Yeah.
Run around at night and get some cool video. Smart.
Yeah, I got to do that.
I mean, dude, send it our way. We'd be happy to take a look at it and see if we could chop it up, do something with it for you. We
Yep.
love that stuff.
And then I'm looking to open up new locations. So I'm going to be opening up some locations throughout the U.S.
Come up this way. Leverage my client base and
Yeah,
share the money.
yeah.
Figure out a split. Let's go, dude. Come on.
I'm down.
Got a huge client base, and it's festive up here. I mean, I think they'd go for it.
Yeah, the idea is to build it out the first year, do $250,000 the first year. The second year, you're making 200,000 profit because you're not buying those lights again. You're only paying labor. You already have all the lights.
Huh.
The installs go up faster because you've already kind of pre-built the system for the job. Because it's all cookie cutter. It's going to fit their house.
Right.
So everything's already built. You're just putting it back up. So the second year is even faster.
You label
to
everything,
go up.
or you put little tags on it so you know what's what?
Yeah, there's a way to do it. So you take, some people use zip ties. They use different color zip ties, and they'll zip tie the peaks. I'm going to use different color zip ties. I also got a labeler. So I'll label it like top section right, have everything labeled, and then you draw a map. and you match everything up to the map. So like the map will have like this peak goes here, and it's got a green zip tie, or however you're going to do it. But the idea is to have it systemized so that you come back and you know where everything is, and it goes up quickly.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Awesome. So, what else are you getting into this year? I mean, is it you going hard on lighting, or are there other things popping? What's going on in your world?
Yeah, man, I got Grant. Partnered up with Grant for gutter growth. We brought him in, so he's doing some things. I know he's been doing he's been killing the podcast. He's been doing a podcast every other day.
Active. Yeah, he's crushing that.
Yeah, he's crushing.
Dude's like the Energizer Bunny. It just keeps going, you know.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that. He's bringing value, so it's good for everybody in the group, bringing him in. So, it's just more value we're bringing, and he's killing it. So I think that's pretty huge. We got some big stuff we're going to do throughout the year that we got planned. We're not disclosing everything yet, but we do got some big stuff in the works.
Love it. I love announces and industry news. Everybody hears the latest greatest breaking news. I don't know. What do you think's going on nationally? I hear a lot of guys whispering like, is it a bad year, or am I having a bad year? I think it's kind of an iffy year. That's what it smells like around the country.
Well, I've been saying the economy was going to go down for the past couple of years. I kind of seen it coming. And gutter sales, they have to be down because metal sales are down like 30%. Right. So if aluminum sales are down 30%, gutters down 30%.
That's it. So they align.
So I don't think it's the end of the world. I think that, the proactive guys, this is actually a chance to pick up more market share.
It's true.
Because a lot of guys are going to discourage, are going to sell their equipment, and So I think it's a good thing. I think it's just a cycle.
What comes up must come down, and it always does go up, and then it does come down. Of course, the housing rates will come down again, probably by the spring. Which is rapid. I think they have to correct, but I think everybody's kind of in this weird holding pattern because the cost of living just has gotten so out of hand. It's just incredibly expensive right now to live. Doesn't matter what you're trying to do. Everybody's got a tax on it, and it's just brutal. And it's just not sustainable. I don't know. Since COVID, it's like funny money. People are just throwing around money and doing home improvements. I'm not complaining, but there's always a bottom that falls out on these types of things where, they're going to correct and then slow it up and get quiet for a hot minute.
The way I looked at it before I sold Gutter Pros, I looked at it as like the poor are getting poorer, but the rich are getting richer. So I use it as an opportunity to go after the custom market. So I think the gutter guys out there, yes, there's people with less money, but the people with money have more of it. So you could get more copper jobs now. You could get more box gutter jobs, custom half round. That's what I would go after. I would go after
low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, because a lot of people are doing worse, but a lot of people are doing better. Right. And that's kind of what I see what happened the past couple of years. Like the rich got richer for sure.
So, dude, we have the app out. The app is George, how many downloads do we have right now?
That's 400 right now.
We've exceeded 400 downloads on the app.
Wow. You were at 200 last week when you told me.
Yeah, it's jumping in leaps and bounds.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So let's go. If you're on it, you have questions, get on the forums, get on our email, get on our Facebook, get on this Facebook, get on YouTube, get on anything. Pony Express, Telegraph, tell your mama, whatever, Tell somebody, reach out, touch someone, and let us know, and we will get in there and just start chopping it up and beating it up and making sure you understand it, making sure we do one-on-ones. We have a Calendly that we can send you a link for. You get on our calendar, and we'll spend some time with you and make sure you understand the app. We're showing it to a lot of important people out there, too. A lot of people are very, very interested and intrigued by it. Some of them B2B, some of them, industry mainstays that everybody's familiar with, everybody's intrigued. So there's a lot of buzz, and I like those downloads coming in. But more importantly, we want to hear feedback and buzz and communication and chatter. And, again, it's a community build. What does that mean? Community-driven software is software that we strive to build and shape and mold for you guys based on what you tell us you want. It's a sales tool that's going to evolve into a full CRM. So as we approach it, it's kind of fun. We get to choose what we want, how we want it to work, the things we want that we can't find in other pieces of software. Now is our time to level up and do it, but we can only do it with your feedback. So if you've downloaded the app, number one, thank you very much. But number two, please give us feedback. Please, please, pretty please. I'm going to ask questions and poll in Gutter Installer. We're going to do that in the next day or so. I need feedback. It's the only way I can make this better for you. My team is very intrigued and interested in feedback. Timmy, did you get on the app yet? Did we give you our super top secret Batman Decoder Ring login code so that you can get in and have free access? Did we do that?
I still need that. And that QR code.
All right, so we have that. We'll get that over to you. Wait a minute. Didn't we send him his QR code?
I didn't get that yet.
You're gonna just make sure.
All right, we have it. We actually are, when we get off in a moment, we have a ton of QR work to do. We have like a bunch of these kiosks that have to go out the door, and they all have their own unique QR code on it. So we'll get you sorted out. Did you get? So you haven't seen the app? You haven't really hammered on it?
I've seen it in person when we were at the huge convention, but I haven't seen everything new that you've done to it since then.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of updates since Nashville. So I need to show it to you. We could do that on our next call. Why don't we do that on our next call? Actually, we're gonna do it offline with you because you need to know how to dance in and out of it. Grant is man, he dove right in and he's tapping away and he's given us great feedback too. By the way, Grant's been a great contributor in recent months. Guys out there that Grant is kind of waxing poetic on content within the app, which I love. Like, challenge me. This is not a test who's the best gutter guy, but I thought I did a pretty darn good job with the products and all the substructure within the products area on the quote building too. Grant has been poking holes in it and finding stuff and doing and adding his little his perspective, and he's doing a wonderful job. So we're having fun with that. Tim, if you want to put your own touch on it, man, we could create templates. We could do gutter growth templates. If there's some way you're preaching to your guys on what language should be in a quotation, dude, I'll TM it. I'll trademark it. I'll put your name. I'll give you all the credits for it. Right inside.
I got some ideas with the custom market, copper lingo and stuff like that.
Cool.
Helped me sell copper jobs.
Well, quote building by Tim Crouch. It's all there and possible inside Gutter App for those that are interested.
Gutter School.
By the way, Gutter School's the other one. We didn't. He hasn't seen it yet. Oh man, should we tease him with it? Can we put it up or no?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you want to see what Gutter School looks like right now? The learning environment. Oh my lord. This is some mind-blowing stuff. We did a big presentation today. It's for a near $1 billion company.
You're probably busy right now, huh? With all the applications coming in.
We're beside ourselves, and my drainage business is going nuts. And Coltech just asked our digital agency to represent them in pushing a dry well initiative. They want to sell more dry wells nationally, and they're asking my team and I to find contractors that want to install dry wells. That could be landscapers, that could be rain gutter installers, that could be anybody that
goes hand in hand.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm going to be a new lighting guy. You can tell I'm into my lights, and we'll see you guys soon. Well, Griswold's Lighting for all of you Florida people. Timmy, what do you think the next location you guys are going to Mike just broke loose.
The next location is Austin, Texas, and then Connecticut.
I love it. Yeah. Let's go, dude. Come on.
Let's do it.
All right, man. You have a good night. Love you. Talk to you soon.
All right, see you guys.
All right.